Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Kimani. Thank you for joining us. Topping the headlines, residents advised to exercise caution over the next 36 hours. Overnight showers wreak havoc in the south of the country, and the children of Maho receive Christmas cheer. Stay with us for more after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies.
This was the scene in Roseau on the morning of Christmas Eve. Torrential rains during the course of the early morning caused the river, which runs through the city, to overflow its banks. The water and debris brought down by the river caused damage to several businesses in close proximity. These include flooding at Fine Foods, KFC, and Save-A-Lot supermarkets, as well as Raffles. Many areas in and around Roseau were also flooded due to heavy rainfall. However, the weather did not deter many from showing up for buying and selling at the Roseau market. The community of Bath Estate was also adversely affected. One bridge, which connects the communities of Emsall and Bath Estate, was completely submerged under the rushing waters. Several homes in the Bath Estate community, which are unprotected from the river in events such as these, were flooded. GIS News also took its cameras to Roseau South. Overnight showers on Monday night, which continued into the early hours of Tuesday morning, wreaked havoc in sections of Roseau South constituency, causing main roads to be cut off and residents' homes severely flooded. On Tuesday morning, motorists and pedestrians from Newtown, Castle Comfort, Girondel, Eggleston, extending as far as Soufriere and Scott's Head, suffered great inconvenience as the main road leading to the south of the country was deemed impassable. Broken trees and tons of sand and other debris made it impossible for vehicles to get to the south of the island or to venture into the city on the morning of Christmas Eve. In Fortney, the raging waters coming from a ravine did not take its normal course. Instead, it flooded several homes with water, mud, and debris in the Citronnier area. The house of Josiane Leogal of Newtown was flooded, leaving all contents of the house totally destroyed. She told us that she along with her 4 children, were lucky to escape from the house alive.
Can you explain to us what the situation is like and how significantly were you affected?
Well, I was affected very badly because it happened like a little close to minutes to 7. And then I just saw that water coming in from across the road from Fortney Junction, brown water. So I woke up my bigger boy to help me, maybe we could pull the rug or something. But then the water came in so fast. And then I had 3 other small children, including a 5-year-old. So I had to just get him from the bed, just grab him and run out. When I ran out, I was kind of trapped because all around the house was water running across. But then I managed to get out, get through the neighbor house, which water was coming in itself. And then that's about it. So now I'm looking at it, it's like the water way up high. So it's like I lost every single thing inside of the house. But praise God, it did happen like minutes to 7. I was just getting ready to go to work. And so I had time to see the water. Or else, trust me, somebody would have drowned inside there. Because the water came full up there so fast. And that's just about it. So now I can't save anything. I just around, just getting things out of the way. But other than that, but praise God, I have Nobody got drunk. I got up in time, so I got all my children out. So praise God, we have our life. But besides that, everything, every single thing, I lost every single thing.
Josiane told us that she has been living in this area for over 20 years. She attributes the extent of the damage to indiscriminate dumping of garbage by some residents in the nearby ravine in Fortney.
I've been living there like 24 years, and that's the second time because the ravine up Fortney, people keep throwing, you can see all that garbage that's there. They keep throwing garbage in there. So we have had heavier rains and nothing happened. But anytime that ravine block, you can see all that debris. Fridge, there was like 5-6 fridge coming from that ravine. So anytime the ravine is blocked, then I have to pay for it because the water coming straight to my home.
We're talking now to Miss Rosemary Charles. She's another resident in the Newtown area who was significantly affected by the heavy rains of last night and early morning. Rosemary, just explain to us what exactly happened to you and your house.
The whole house flood, mud, water, everything come inside there. I lost a lot of things. Some of my appliances spoiled. All my clothes, shoes, everything, we lose that. All inside there is water and mud.
Exactly at what time? Do you have
After
any
7.
idea? Yes.
After 7.
Okay. So how many of you occupied the house?
Well, 5 of us. 5 of us.
And everybody was home at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you lived in this house?
All my years.
And is this the first time that you have had that experience?
Yes, first time. It come down already, but it didn't come down high like that. You had to go more on the other side. Yes, at this time.
So will you be able to sleep here tonight?
No, you can't sleep here.
Okay. Do you have a safe place to sleep though tonight?
Yes, we have somewhere we can rescue for the night.
We're talking now to Mr. Chesterfield Bannis, another resident in the Newtown area who suffered significant damage as a result of the rains. Chesterfield, just explain to me the situation, what exactly happened to you here.
Well, while I was making my breakfast early morning, I see everything coming down towards me and I was going in the house. So yeah, so I see it there. Sun just come to me. You understand? Yeah.
So did your personal items got wet?
Damage.
Yes. All your appliances, I see you have a radio set there.
Everything,
yeah. Yes. You alone live in the house?
Yeah, me alone live in the house, yes.
Okay. And how long have you lived here?
Well, how much years? 7 years, I say, 7 years and more. Yeah.
So this is the worst situation that you've ever found yourself?
The worst situation I ever come through in this time. Yeah.
So what's the next move for you?
Well, right now I'm just cleaning. Right now I just want to help me because I was in a situation. I had a bad accident, I almost died. So that to help me, mommy.
Parliamentary representative for the Roseau South constituency, Honorable Ambrose George, was on the site early Tuesday to see firsthand the damage done and to bring comfort to those who lost property. This phenomenon, according to Honorable George, was a first for the Newtown community.
It's a big surprise for everybody, especially the residents of Newtown who have lived in Newtown for some time now. It's the first time that we have ever experienced such a disaster. I call it a disaster because the amount of debris that came in, the number of homes that were flooded from the ravines, overflowing, is tremendous. And quite a number of persons have lost their personal and property, their household items and so on. And so at the moment we are at the Newtown area, one of the worst hit areas. We also got some damages in the Citron area, the Fobama area. Eggleston Jodel roads are impassable at the moment, and more from road slides, landslides onto the road rather. I think there's one area, Maudlin Remy in Eggleston, a slide actually went through a house, but I haven't been able to get to that point yet because, of course, the road is impassable. But I think the entire constituency has been affected. Kings Hill, there are a couple of houses that are really treacherous right now in terms of the undermining taking place. There's one particular house, in fact, it's my uncle. A slide came through his house, so he had to be evacuated from that house. In the Emsall area, I think the road on from UE onto Emsall, there's a slide. It's passable, but I got a report that there's a slide in that area. So, in fact, almost every piece of the constituency got affected from the heavy rains we had over last night and into the morning.
Heavy equipment was immediately called to the scene by Public Works and Disaster Management officials. Minister responsible for Public Works, Honorable Reuben Blackmore, said clearing the main road is a priority for his ministry.
It's going to take us about 24 hours to properly clear the Newtown Road going back in the Pike Mission area because of the number of issues that we have there.
The minister commended the many individuals who came forward to assist in getting the road cleared. The minister assured residents in Soufriere and Scott's Head areas that action will be taken to ensure that the road is made passable at the soonest possible time.
I want to say to the people of Soufriere and Pike Mission, most of Soufriere and Scott's Head, we'll be ensuring that the resources that they require to clean the road will be sent. And of course, we have to ensure that, first of all, the road has to be passable to facilitate that. So we have been able also to mobilize the best folks in the island insofar as cleaning drains and cleaning roads are concerned. And then they'll be up. It will take us about 24 hours to properly clean and to mop up. And we'll do the necessary investigation to see what level of damage in terms of property damage and damage to the physical infrastructure as time progresses. Thank you.
In related news, the Meteorological Office is advising that the area of low pressure similar to a tropical wave known as a trough will continue to affect the entire island over the next 2 or so days. Fitzroy Pascal, Senior Met Officer, in a telephone interview with GIS News on Tuesday, told the nation that heavy rain will persist and residents are expected to exercise caution.
Residents have been experiencing torrential rainfalls, which have been resulting in flash flooding, landslides, and mudslides. And we expect this sort of weather to continue for the next 24 to 36 hours, taking us to late tomorrow, Wednesday, into early Thursday morning. Residents are advised to exercise extreme caution in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks.
Residents are being advised to be on the alert and to take every precaution to protect life and property. In addition to Dominica, the islands of the Central Lesser Antilles, specifically Martinique and Guadeloupe, are being affected at this time. In other news, the GIS Dominica Association, in collaboration with the African community in Dominica last Friday, staged a special celebration in memory of the life of Nelson Mandela. The remembrance celebration, held at the Acute Psychiatric Unit at the Princess Margaret Hospital, was attended by members of the African community residing in Dominica and other Mandela fans. As part of the celebration, a special portrait of Mandela was unveiled. The portrait was signed by Dominica's head of state, His Excellency Charles Savre, Honorable Reginald Austrie, who represented Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, among others. Words of tribute to Mandela's life were overpouring, with a common commitment to live a life focused on reconciliation.
Yes, Mandela's day is done, yet we, his inheritors, will open the gates wider for reconciliation, and we will respond generously to the cries of blacks and whites, Asians, Hispanics, the poor who live piteously on the floor of our planet. He has offered us understanding. We will not withhold forgiveness, even from those who do not ask. Nelson Mandela's day is done. We confess it in tearful voices, yet we lift our own to say, thank you. Thank you, our Gideon. Thank you, our David, our great courageous man. We will not forget you. We will not dishonor you. We will remember and be glad that you lived among us, that you taught us, and that you loved us all.
Bishop Alice Jacob also reflected on the life of the fallen leader, encouraging her audience to emulate his qualities of compassion.
A truly great man who demonstrated love, though he was treated with hate. He was treated unjustly, but fought for justice for all. He showed us how to remain hopeful even when in conditions full of despair and hopelessness. Mandela forgave a people and system that had subjected him and his people to violence and imprisonment. He showed compassion and understanding to those who had unfairly robbed him of his freedom. A brilliant but humble man, he remained in touch with persons at all levels of society and voluntarily gave up political power.
Mandela's memory was also lifted in song.
Sing me that old song from many rains ago.
Two weeks ago, close to 100 heads of state and leaders of government and people of all walks of life gathered in Johannesburg to pay homage to the international icon Nelson Mandela. And finally, the children of Maho received their Christmas cheer on Monday. Honorable Reuben Blackmore, parliamentary representative for the Maho constituency, organized the Christmas party to give the children of his constituency an opportunity to have fun and share in the joy of Christmas. The children participated in fun games and sang Christmas songs. They also had lots to eat and received Christmas presents. It can be said that they had a grand time and the event was a great success.
Tonight we present the annual Christmas Children Party, which is organized by the PAL Rep Honorable Reuben Blackmore. And we had a very good turnout tonight, I must say. There are lots of children, about right now they are having some ice cream. They are already gotten their toys and snacks and they are making their way out.
I like to say it was a great experience for the kids. They had fun, they eat a lot, and now it's time to go home. Ice cream was the last treat, and I'd like to say thanks to the PAL Rep for organizing the party.
Merry Christmas to you.
And that's news. Coming up next, the tip of the day.
Do you have uncovered water storage drums around your home? Do you dispose of old tires, cans and old containers capable of holding water anywhere in your environment? Are you being bitten by mosquitoes, particularly at dusk and early morning? Do you keep houseplants in water? Do you spend your hard-earned cash to control mosquitoes? Has your community experienced dengue fever outbreaks? If your answer is yes to at least 3 questions above, you are at risk to dengue fever. Join the fight against dengue fever. The responsibility for a dengue-free Dominica lies with you. So, get rid of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
During this festive season, it's easy to get caught up in activities and to throw caution out of the window. Preserving your life and property is what should matter to you most. Our tip today is to remind drivers to remain sober and be cautious, especially in this inclement weather condition. Shoppers, remain vigilant, and homeowners, remember to keep your home secure at all times. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani, wishing you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2014.